There's a lot of rewards in the growing of animals and plants. I think you're very close to God's creations. You know, it's just a special place to be.
Long before sunup to way past sundown, American farmers work hard to produce and provide.
There is a very core part of your being, and I think it's being in farm country.
But farm country is constantly changing, creating many challenges.
It's really like waking up and going to the casino every morning. It's a very risky business.
But profitable new opportunities can help improve the odds for farmers.
It's really a puzzle. It's really the fun and excitement of cracking that code.
Here to help agribusiness leaders crack the code is FPPC. Over the past 50 years, agriculture has evolved tremendously. To keep up with increased worldwide consumer demand, farms have had to become highly automated and specialized. Increased animal production on less land has resulted in more manure and closer scrutiny of management practices.
I think farm producers and some of the larger integrators continue to look at manure as purely as a waste product, and not only from the sense of a disposal, but as something that they want to spend the least amount of time on it and if possible, ignore.
But stricter government regulations and increased environmental concerns for water and air quality cannot be ignored. The challenge: finding cheaper, safer, and ultimately profitable ways to reclaim renewable resources.
Yeah, this one controls the propane.
FPPC can help farm owners navigate the possibilities. In 2002, FPPC was chartered by Congress to find innovative and viable technologies for agriculture's growing manure management issue.
Farmers want to do the right thing. They want to be stewards. They want this problem solved.
FPPC has overseen 45 demonstration projects in 19 states. Projects are conducted on-site, meet federal, state, and local requirements, and utilize waste as a renewable resource. A great example of success: unlimited renewables in Lake Mills, Wisconsin.
This is a chicken farm that has roughly 1 million egg-laying chickens, and they generate about 20,000 tons of raw manure every year.
When nutrient levels in nearby fields become too high, land application of manure is no longer an option, and storing the manure poses an environmental risk.
And that's when we started looking into the market on could we create a product, a value-added product that would create a different market.
The result? An organic fertilizer produced from poultry waste, one that can compete with commercially synthetic fertilizers.
Our product is a 5% nitrogen product. Well, a synthetic product like urea is 46% nitrogen. Most of the synthetic is either lost to volatilization or leaching, whereas just about 100% of our 5% gets to the plant because it's processed in the soil.
Each year, John's company processes 20,000 tons of raw manure into 13,000 tons of high-grade organic fertilizer that is sold in all 50 states.
Economically, we could send the manure in the same direction as the main product. With FPPC's help, we've been able to get that product.
FPPC helped set up the company's in-vessel technology, which composts both manure and daily mortalities. Through this system, volatile gases from the compost are monitored and controlled while meeting federal and state safety standards.
And our goal is to have these containers act as biofilters that are actually scrubbing out hopefully some of the nitrogen, so that we get a bump in nitrogen and have a more marketable product.
A profitable product is created, the farm does not have to pay to remove waste, and excess nutrients can be marketed beyond adjacent cropland.
We're going on our 3rd year of a confined animal feeding operation that's had no spreading of raw manure. Well, that's never existed in the state of Wisconsin. So you take pride in that.
Pride for the farm, promise for the future. Down in South Carolina, farm owner Mark Marsh has discovered the power of greener pastures.
This is a 185-acre poultry and turf grass farm.
And he's turning it into green energy.
Our main business is hatching eggs and pullets. In the past, we've always had a manure broker that would come and clean out the barns for the manure. No money would change hands for us.
When Mark wanted more than an even exchange for his chicken litter, he consulted FPPC.
They came and visited the farm a couple of times, and we talked about trying to create a project that could really change the industry.
The result, electricity generated from poultry litter.
We have it basically in an on-farm manure spreader that delivers the manure to a conveyor. Then the conveyor drops it into a gasifier. The gasifier heats it up to 1,300 to 1,400 degrees, and it ignites the manure, and it begins to burn and combust, and we can create enough heat to heat water that will turn a turbine, which will run a generator.
Mark's farm produces 1,200 tons of chicken litter a year.
Our machine is set up to burn 300 pounds per hour, and our output on the generation side should be 25 to 35 kilowatts per hour.
The energy is then sold to the local power company, offsetting the farm's energy costs.
Over the last 10 years, our power particular has gone up about 30%. So this has been a big deal for us to be able to minimize our electrical cost.
About 20% of the manure is left over as ash.
We're currently looking for markets for the ash. There's lots of calcium, there's phosphorus, and all the heavy metals that were in the chicken feed or chicken manure are still available to be used by the plant.
On a dairy farm in northern Florida, FPPC designed a solid separation system to treat its wet waste stream. Through a three-step process, solid particles are separated from the liquid. During the final stage, ferric sulfate is added, allowing solids to rise to the top. The clear water then exits the bottom of the chemical separator.
We've determined that we can get 95% of the phosphorus out of the water and 50% of the nitrogen of the existing manure water.
The filtered water contains lower-level nutrients which can be used for land application on the farm. The solids are turned into nutrient-rich compost and hauled away for less cost.
We're very environmentally conscious. We'd like to leave this farm in better shape than it was when we got here when we leave.
Renewable resources, the beginning of endless possibilities.
We're really excited about that next step and how that's going to be the evolution of where we're headed.
FPPC, with you when you need answers, with you as your business grows.
Hello, I'm Richard Salem. For almost a decade, FPPC has been on the cutting edge of taking technologies from concept to commercial success. Our work today in renewable resources remains focused on the needs of farmers to produce more food, develop green energy, and create new jobs to serve an ever-expanding agricultural market. Let's work together to make America's agriculture more sustainable, viable, and beneficial for both the people and the environment that depend on us. Let's see what we can do for you.